Okay, so on this latest question at exoticcarhacks.com, someone asks, this is actually good. There's a few good. I'm going to try to consolidate some of these freaking videos because you guys asked too many questions. So the first one people ask is gap insurance worth it? Gap insurance is almost never worth it, especially when you buy with our system at exoticcarhacks.com because you're never upside down in equity. The only time gap insurance is worth it is if you take a position where you're buying a car that's worth 20K cash value on the market and you're financing 28K, 26K, anything above that. If you're going more than 10% above the value of a car and you really are in a bad position, either through negative equity or some other things, it makes sense to buy gap insurance because if you do get an accident, you'll never get that money back and you'll kind of be in debt for it. So I would definitely do that. The next question that kind of came up, because that was such a short question, I didn't want to make it a whole video, was how do I value my trade? This is a fantastic question because I think I get a lot of private messages about this. Like, am I on the right path? How do I know I'm not getting ripped off? Look, at the end of the day, a car has a certain value. It has a certain value to a dealer, and in most cases when you're dealing in basic cars, meaning cars that are not like crazy, like you're dealing with a base model LP560 Lamborghini, base model Vantage, we're not talking about special edition cars or anything. You really have to think about it as every dealer is going to kind of be in the same ballpark. And the best way to kind of know what your deal or trade is worth is to make a few phone calls, right? And to call a few dealers around, pretend you want to buy one of their cars, and tell them you're having an issue with your trade and you'd like to know what the best is they'll offer you. Ask like five dealerships, give them your VIN, give them your car, and then average out that number, right? Because some will be high, some will be low, some will be small dealerships, franchise dealers. You get kind of like an average number for your car. Then use that average number and take a look at what cars are selling for on the market. So take a look as like, okay, someone offered you $48,000 for your car, and if you look on the market, all the retail cars are selling for like 56 to 60. Take the 48. That's a really, really good deal. I mean, if you're looking at a margin and the dealer is only going to make 8 to 10K on your car, that's their play. That's good. Like you don't have much room. Like that's what they're going to do. That's what the car's worth. The place you do have some room is if you look on the market and you say, hey, I see you're offering me 48, but when I look on the market, no one's selling this car for less than 75. Now you have a 30K margin, right? So now you're being downplayed. That means the dealer's trying to cut you down as low as possible because they don't think that that car could move at a higher dollar, but there's a bigger possibility that it's going to move at least 20K over what they paid. So that margin means that a dealer, you're trying to be at a place where a dealer is only going to make really 10, 15K max, especially on an exotic. On a luxury car, 5 to 10K, the dealer's going to have to make. So if you're looking at a car that's selling in the 80K range, you're going to say that most of your trade-in is going to be around 65 in most cases. So the best thing to do really is not just to look at what your car is worth and say, oh, my car isn't worth shit. I think the best thing to do is to kind of find the car you want to buy, and then leverage the car you want to trade to get maximum dollars for it. Because the dealer has a margin in the car they're selling you, right? Like the dealer has a margin in the car they're selling you, and they're saying, this car that I'm selling you is worth X amount, correct? Like they're saying, that car that I'm selling you is worth X, I'm going to make 20K on that car. Well, that margin has more room for play than what a dealer is willing to invest in a car that they're buying from you. So while their number may not change, you might be able to beat them down a lot more if they know you're going to lose in your trade and you're pretty pissed about it. So if you're still willing to make a deal on a new car, they might be willing to give you a little bit more play on your new car in order to kind of get you happier in the used car. They're not going to change the numbers because at the end of the day, they need to make good financial decisions because most of them are on what you call a floor plan, meaning their finance companies look at what they're buying and selling. And if they keep making bad decisions, floor plans go away. In other words, dealerships, get hit a lot from you guys are just imbeciles, selling any cars and we're not turning over inventory. Therefore, their GM is going to get fired. So they really don't make bad moves on trade-ins. What they really do, though, is if they want a car bad enough, then they might hedge a bet where they're saying, hey, I have a buyer for this car, so I'll give you this, but I'll pretty much just flip it before you even can do anything with it. I would look at it that way. So that's kind of the way I think about it. To me, that's kind of where, I see like how to value your car, and I think that's just a good way to do it. You can also look at the value of your car by your VIN, but that's never accurate. So you can use the leverage of is your car serviced? That adds some value. Is your Carfax clean? Do you really have any accidents or paintwork? These things all impact your value. So I would kind of look at that as a whole, and that should give you a good idea of what your car is worth. So hopefully you found this video useful. We do teach you a lot more ways to leverage and negotiate your trades here at Exotic Car Hacks. So make sure you become an insider member to learn our negotiation strategies and ways you can make sure you don't get robbed by a dealer or what I call a stealership next time you actually visit one. Hey guys, thanks again for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found as much value in the video as I put into the video. Wait, that sounded completely weird. Anyways, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can receive further notices that we're releasing new videos. I'll try to make one for you each week. I can't promise because I'm busy, but again, we'll try. Subscribe.